I wanted to kind of switch gears and ask you a question. I think you're a great person to ask this to because you have a prep center, you have multiple warehouses. So I think this is a great topic of debate. Okay. So I had a warehouse for a little over a year. We went back to prep centers. Then you have guys like Amazon Lit or Watch Me Amazon, and they have warehouses. But then you have Scott Needham from Buy Boxer, who literally had an episode on his podcast talking about why you should outsource to the pros, like with 3PLs. So me personally, I am against having a warehouse. I don't want that responsibility. So my question for you, I guess it's kind of a multi question here is one, prep centers, would you have why do you pick having warehouses over utilizing prep centers yourself? And number two are you what's the responsibility to that? Like I know you're great at optimizing, but what's that overhead look like for you in terms of time? And then, really just time. So what's your response to that?
So to me, personally, I would not go into a prep service. If it was when I first started, I didn't even know prep services actually existed. But for me, my goal was always, I always wanted to build into a warehouse. So for those that are watching, you will know some people are just like, warehouse life isn't for me. And some people will be like, warehouse life is absolutely for me. Right. And for me, I was like that. And I think one of the reasons for it is because I worked at a steel works, an industrial plant where it's very manufacturing based. And I was a part of the engineering career. I was very much involved in the systemization of the plant. And I always wanted to, even when I was back at home, when we started in our living room, I would be like trying to systemize the living room, right? Where are we packing? Where are we boxing? Where does the material sit? So to me, it's always, you'll know, if you want to get in, if warehouse life is for you, then I recommend a warehouse. If a warehouse life isn't for you, then I absolutely don't recommend a warehouse, because there is a lot that comes with a warehouse. It's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of there's pros and cons to everything. I'd also say that even though if you maybe have the ambition to get into a warehouse yourself, but maybe it's not within your reach right now. Let's say, for example, wherever you're located, maybe the warehouses are a bit more too expensive. Maybe your business hasn't scaled or profitable enough to be able to afford that expense. Then I also believe that prep services could be a stepping stone to your warehouse. And the reason why I know that that's the case is because we've had 6 of our partners that have joined us just starting their business. They may have joined us at shipping 500 units a month, let's say. They scaled to the point where they're now shipping 15,000 units in a month. And therefore, their business has scaled enough through the use of the prep service that it now makes financial sense to move into their own warehouse. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah. So some people use it as a stepping stone, and that's what we were doing too. And then we got to the stone and then we were like, all right, this isn't cool. And then we took, we just knew, I think you're right though. I think it's important to have that conversation with yourself and know like, hey, is this really for me? Why am I doing this?